Pour your joy into my heart. Wonderful Spirit, one more time. Pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Wonderful Spirit.
We are so vivacious and alive in this room that Joanna has to use all of her skill sets to get our attention. Thank you, Joanna. Your voice is just beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to begin our Sunday gathering together by centering. We're going to just deepen into that lovely space that Joanna has set for us. I will ring the bowl 3 times, and then we'll have an invocation with our minister of service today, Reverend Michael Summers. So we will begin as we begin with our deep breath in and settling into our space, preparing the body and the mind for Sunday gathering.
So let us know together that God is present in this space, in our hearts and in our minds, for we truly are one with that Spirit of God. And I know it has guided us to be here together today so that we could celebrate this life that we have. And I know that Reverend Charlene blesses us, that our trio blesses us with beautiful music. And I know that everyone here blesses each other with their presence. I know that life is good, and it gets better and better. And knowing this, I am so grateful that we can celebrate it together. So I release these words to the love and the law of God with great thanksgiving. And I let it be, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Michael. Can we give a little love to Reverend Michael? Hey, beautiful invocation. Hello. Oh, I am Reverend Charlene. If you're new with us today, I just say welcome, and I promise there's no crazy dances, no weird standing up or hugging someone, unless you want to. And we are a loving, inclusive community, and I hope you feel that if you're here with us. And I'm available after service. We're going to have an ice cream social today, so we have a yummy ice cream in the social hall. So it is my honor and pleasure to be here together in community. It's so good to see you. Susie and I went on a little vacation. We were gone for 2 Sundays in a row. We went up to the wilds, the last frontier of Alaska. It was fantastic, but I gotta tell you, we were sitting in the airport last Sunday, and we were both in the airport on our phones with our headsets on, watching the service. So we were here. We can't stay away. I just love us. I love us. I love us. We are fantastic. And so I just want to really honor our community. We are so loving and life-affirming here. It's like you can come here and just take a breath, right? And be, and just be. Hello, online. Hi. It's good to see you. You are a part of us. And I hope that when we're singing together that Zach will maybe turn the camera around and give you a little glimpse of all the action. We'd love to have you here, but hey, like I said, church is anywhere. So if you're out, in the airport, if you're on the trail, if you're on the boat, and you're watching, wonderful. We love you. Welcome. All right. Oh, I have something that I wanted to show. Let me see. Can you fast forward it, Nate? My thingy's not working. There we go. Okay. So this is how I wanted to really start to Thank you, Lauren. Yes, thank you, Lauren. She posted this, and it says, the real secret to a fabulous life is to live imperfectly with great delight. And that's how I feel. I am living imperfectly with us all, walking hand in hand in our imperfection to remember and know the perfection that lives at the center of us always. But, life can feel and look imperfect, and that's all right. We live it with delight. So that's going to be my new intro. So thank you, Lauren. I'm embracing that. I'm just copying it. But I did give credit. Exactly. But you posted it. So I kept thinking, all my information comes from Facebook or Instagram. You know how that goes. So we're walking together imperfectly. This service may work out imperfect. That's okay. We will laugh and have a good time. We will go to the social hall, and it may feel imperfect, but we will laugh and have a good time and take great delight in each other and the experience. I really think that's what it's all about. So with that, we are going to stand together and sing our congregational song, which is Alive with the Spirit of God. We're starting to do a new thing, Joanne and I, where we're going to sing the same song kind of repeatedly for a little while. But the reason why we're doing that is I want us to really feel it. Maybe take another aspect of this week, right? Where you just really breathe it in and sing it in with each other. So, Joanna, let's sing Alive with the Spirit of God. Let's do it. I know you guys are alive. I already heard all that. Ready? So, I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, oh, alive with the Spirit of God. Come on, let's go. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. What are you? I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, oh, alive with the Spirit of God. Do you want to? Yes, let's do it. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, oh, alive with the Spirit of God. Really good. I felt that. That was really good. Yay. I love it. Wasn't that good? I know we have a little family friend with us today. I love it. What's this little family friend's name? Nula? Luna. Hello, Luna. Can you stand up and say hello to everyone? Jackie, can you get this? Look at. See what you're missing out on online? Luna is here. Thank you for that. I love when we have little friends with us. So today I wanted to, this is a kind of traditionally our moment of gratitude, or, we're kind of looking at things, and I just wanted to kick something off. I was inspired recently by two congregants, and I asked them permission, so Mike Long and Sandra Bergson. So a couple weeks ago, Sandra was having trouble. She bought this beautiful air conditioning unit, and it was sitting in a box in her place, not workable, because she, couldn't get it installed, and it's heavy, and it's a big thing. So I encouraged her to ask for help. Now, there's no shame in my game. I know it's tough to ask for help, right? We think I got it all going on, and it's tough to ask for help. And she asked for help, and Mike said, well, I'll help you. I'll try. He didn't know what he was doing either. He acknowledges that. But he leaned in and said, okay, I'll come over. So he went over. So I was just inspired by that. Gives me the chills now. That's what really a community is all about. And I got to tell you, some of the other faith traditions that will go nameless do a really good job of that. They do. They have, network trees of calling and food and visiting. And I thought, we have such talent here. And online, this applies for you too. You can sign up on the website, make phone calls, check in with an email. If you feel a call to be of service, we'd love to have you. And so we're calling it Spirit in Service. And so I hope you're encouraged to sign up. Maybe it's wrapping Christmas presents for somebody in the holidays, right? You love to wrap? I know I do. I would gladly wrap somebody's presents and do lots of bows and stuff, right? Maybe it's meals. Maybe it's a phone call. Maybe it's a handwritten letter. We all have a wonderful gift to give, right? We've all got our secret sauce. And we can share that with each other. And it doesn't take a lot. And you're able to participate in the giving and receiving. And we get to support each other in times when we need some help. And we get to actually ask for help, right? If you need something out of the attic and you're not strong enough to do it, you can ask for help with this group and somebody can lean in and say yes to that. So I'm launching it today. I hope to have many names on there, and I promise you won't be overburdened. It's just a way for us to continue to be in community with each other during the week, during the months, when I've already given one kidney, I can't give another one. But let's say something else happens, right? We have things happen. I know there's yumminess food from this community to come and support me. So I hope you really take it in, think about it, and sign up, because it's a wonderful way to be in that lovely woven connection with each other. Okay? Thank you. All right. It's time for our spiritual reading of the day with Reverend Michael Summers. That's yours.
Okay, so please join with me and Seeing God at Work by Dr. Joyce DeFalia and Reverend Dr. Edward Villieu. Human beings have a fundamental need to express themselves and their unique creativity through their work. When we are doing work that fits our talents and temperament, it becomes a joy, not a drudge. There are many people who are fulfilled in their jobs. This is an encouraging fact for those of us who are not fulfilled by our work. For it provides proof and hope that fulfillment is possible. Life is always calling us forward to ever greater things. It is important to keep your mind open to the possibilities of greater self-expression. As Norman McEwen points out, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. History is full of examples of famous people who had surprisingly unrelated jobs. Writer George Orwell was a policeman. Albert Einstein worked in a patent office. These occupations helped them sustain as they pursued their true passion. Think of your work. Think of your life. not as a place just to make a living, but as a sacred aspect of yourself. Think of it all as the opportunity to create meaning for yourself and others. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Michael. Thank you. Yes, you can go sit. You're excused. All right. So, how's it going? Good. What's happening in your life? Anything coming up? I love to put her on the spot. She loves it. I love it. It's part of my charm with her. I do know I wanted Jim to speak about something, but I wanted you to have an opportunity if there was anything happening coming up.
So, yes, and I know we're on the same frequency.
I'm trying.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. And Jim wants to play too. His speaker's like, anyway. I just sang at the State of the City for the mayor. Yeah, so that was really cool.
Very good.
From all our local dignitaries, so that was nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, Jim. Off to Jim.
But the end of September, September 30th, it's a Saturday, is our 12th annual TEDx Temecula. If you don't know what that is, if you've ever seen a TED Talk online or anywhere else, those happen at a conference and they're recorded. There are a bunch of speakers, so we have 8 speakers, and one of those speakers is in this room.
Yes.
So there'll be 8 speakers, there'll be some entertainment, lunch will be provided, a little wine afterwards. So
And what's the date?
the date is September 30th. That's the last Saturday.
And you can
September.
go online and get tickets?
You can go online and get tickets. Yeah, the early bird pricing expires September 1st. So you maybe want to take advantage of
Yay!
this.
TEDx Temecula! I'll use this because I don't want to turn on. Jim McLaughlin has been a champion of this event for the entirety.
Yes.
Yes, so I really honor him. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication to provide Temecula Murrieta area with wonderful speakers and ways of opening ourselves up to new information. So thank you for that, Jim. It really means a lot. Thank you. All right, so we have the gift of Joanna, Mike, and Jim today, and their first song is going to be from, and I don't know how many of you have seen the Barbie movie, but the Barbie movie is all the rage right now, right? It's all the rage. And our first song is from the Barbie movie. They never say that we're not cool and rad, because we are here. So please welcome Joanna, Mike, and Jim. Thank you.
Used to float, now I just fall down. And I used to know, but now I'm not sure now what I was made for. What was I made for? Take it and try. I wasn't my idea. Look so alive. Times that were not real, just something you paid for. And what was I made for? Because I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. And I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday not what he's made for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. And I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday I might. Think I forgot how to be happy. Something tonight, something I can be, something I wait for, something I'm made for, something I'm made for.
So beautiful. I did, Barbie. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jim. I just love thinking that Jim was practicing a Barbie song at home. It makes me so happy. Really it does. Really it does. I just take a quick drink. I'm so sorry I did. A little bit of a scratchy throat. So that's why everybody has permission to cough in this center anytime they want. No problem. All right. So this month we're working with passion and purpose. Passion and purpose. And this week we're thinking about the perks of percolating our passion. And I thought it was going to be like coffee themed, candidly, at first. I love coffee. I mean, I love coffee. And one of my favorite rituals in the morning, and it's such a bummer when you're like traveling and you're in a hotel and you have to get dressed and go downstairs and get coffee. Right? Why did they want hot coffee? It's such a pain, right? I like to just be in the jams and go to the kitchen and I have my mug and I get my coffee. So I thought it was all going to be about coffee this week. It is not. No, that's just a side note. But I do have one coffee joke. But it's more about, it moved more into knowing about energy and percolating that, just being like percolating, meaning when I say percolating throughout the talk, it's going to be meaning like just, sitting with it, right? Just like being with it for a minute and just percolating that, taking it in. And it's mostly about energy today and a little quantum physics. My favorite. So books I'm using, Father Richard Rohr, Eager to Love, excellent book. Noble Purpose by Barry Heerman, another really good book. And then Seeing Good at Work, which is a kind of a devotional, 52 weeks, 52 sayings or readings. How many weeks are there in the year? 52. For work. And that was something from what Reverend Michael read this morning, was from this. So excellent books. They're up here if you want to check them out after service. So Michael, this is, percolating into this. And really remembering the true perfection at the center of our being, which is what we believe in here at Science of Mind and Spirit, right? We are a faith tradition, a philosophy. We're not a religion. So if you're here new, this is not a religion. It's a philosophy. It's a teaching. And I think that's why that resonates with most of us here, is that we are a teaching center and we are a philosophy. It's a way of being in our lives. And the truth at the center of this philosophy is we are perfect at the center of our beings. We are God in form, and there's a place within us that is perfect. And We're going to just remember that a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And ultimately, I really want us to get to a place. I love this saying from Christian Rondow. He's a writer, and he says, I don't have a job. I have passions that pay. I have passions that pay. And that's where I really want all of us to be, right? That innate freedom where we're doing what we love, and we're getting paid for it. It sustains us. And how fantastic is that? How freeing is that? So here's the coffee joke. So I did some research. I was like, what's the deal? It made me think. I'm like, where did coffee even come from? Get this. Legend has it that a 9th century goat herder noticed the effect caffeine had on their goats, who appeared to dance after eating the fruit of the coffee plant. A local monk then made a drink with the produce and found that it kept him awake at night. Thus, the original cup of coffee was born. I'm choosing, I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I'm choosing to believe it because I would love to see goats springing around on all fours after they've had a little caffeine. So, where do we start? What I really want us to think about is, where are we giving our attention? Nate, you're probably going to have to help me because I don't think mine's working. Apologies. Oh, well, you know what, folks?
If you turn it on,
It really helps when you turn it on. Let's see, I can't remember what I pointed out. I think I pointed out that, yeah, it's not working. I'm sorry. So maybe I need a new battery. But what are we focusing on? What are we giving our attention to? What we give our attention to expands. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. But it is the truth. When we focus on something, it expands. We all know the joke, right? I'm thinking about getting a red car, and now all I see are red cars, right? I want to start wearing more purple. All I see are people wearing purple. I'm looking for purple earrings. I start to find purple earrings everywhere. What we put our attention on comes more fully into our awareness. And quantum physics is proving why that is so. So the next slide. So this is a funny quantum physics joke. There's waves, right? So what they postulated is everything is a wave. All of us are little waves. We're all waves. Everything in this room is a wave, right? Energy is a wave. Waves, 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 waves. And when we focus on something, when there's an observation, a particle is formed. And that is light, that's material, that's physical being and form, right? And so this joke is, here are all the particles, right? Be bopping all around. And he says, quick, here comes the physicist. Act cool. And one just goes, yes, and acts cool, right? So one pops out because the physicist is focusing on that one particle right now, okay? It's called the observer effect. What we observe becomes form. Nothing exists until it's observed. And the wave is then converted into matter. But at the root of us, we are all energy and wave, right? That's about as far as I can go because my brain then goes poof! Because it's just way bigger than that. And I know I'm very, those who understand this, I know I'm making it very simplified, but it's because I can't speak intelligently about that. I'm a minister. I talk intelligently about other stuff. I'm not going to talk intelligently about that as much. So when we give our observation to anything in our lives, we can create our experience. And that is the foundation of science of mind and spirit. New thought. We create our experience through our thoughts and what we focus on, what we believe at the center of our being. And as we change our belief about ourselves or life, what happens? Everything else changes outside of us miraculously. It's a miracle. When I change my belief, do I need to turn down? Am I okay? Okay.
never, never.
When I change my beliefs about something, my experience changes. My experience, my life, your life is the outpicturing of what you believe. I try not to dwell there because it's kind of insulting. You know, it's hard. It's really hard to be told, well, you know, this experience that you're having that is really rough and really sucky is a partial co-creation of what you believe. Now, do I believe that there's other, you know, we co-create, right? We all co-create together. And so I do believe that we are in process with one another and with life. Do I understand all the hard experiences and can I explain that away? No, and I'm not even going to pretend to. My job in those moments is to hold your hand and love you, because some things just are really hard. But we do have many, many choices at any given moment. Choice to focus on to create a different experience. And quantum physics supports that. So I don't want us to fall into the trap of seeing only what we are told to pay attention to. I hope you take that in. Because everything all day long is telling you what to pay attention to. Even me. Okay? I want us to be autonomous, sovereign beings and pay attention to what works for us and where we want to place our attention. Not what the news tells us, not what social media tells us, not what my great friend tells me on, you know, some meme. I want us to place our attention and focus on what works for us. And that takes conviction. Look, I'm with you, right? Imperfectly with you. I am on social media in the morning with my coffee cup and my jammies, you know, looking at stuff. What am I putting my attention on? It takes conviction. It takes practice. It takes remembering. Nikola Tesla, famous physicist, says, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. We are energy and vibration in form. And all of this is just getting us to focus on what we want to experience more of, right? What we're doing this month is passion and purpose. What do I want to feel more of? Start thinking about it. And then use the tools and the skill sets and your focused awareness and attention to percolate that into existence. Now, Richard Rohr, one of my favorite guys, I'll read it from the screen. I want you to really look at this because it's kind of one of those things where you can kind of get confused. Humans tend to live themselves into new ways of thinking, live themselves more into new ways of thinking, more than think themselves into new ways of thinking. Living. Thank you. We tend to just live. I'm living, right? I'm living. I'm bebopping around and doing my thing and living my life, right? And that's creating what I'm thinking, what I'm believing, versus thinking my way into a new way of living. It takes discipline. It takes discipline. We could be on autopilot, little, bebopping here and there, and I bump off of Mike and Deborah, and then I come over here and I, like a particle, and bump off of Joanna, right? I'm just asking that we have focus, be mindful, percolate. Because it really is about living and feeling into a new way. Feeling. When you see it, when you live it, when you feel it, you are choosing the particle, right? You're the observer, you're choosing the particle, and then that creates your experience. So now we're going to move into how we think about that and feel into it in order to live it, to put that passion into that purpose. So it starts with this. Carl Jung says, what did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. Okay, you want to play a little bit just for a second?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
I want everybody to close their eyes. Close your eyes. I'll be back. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Go back. Think about when you were 9 or 10, 12. Go back. Maybe it's the front lawn, maybe it's the school playground. Go back. Maybe it's riding a bike, playing a game, playing with Barbies, laying on the grass, looking at the clouds. What did you do when you were 10 that you could do all afternoon until your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa screamed at you, "Come in"? What were you doing? See if you can feel it. What's the feeling around that? Does it feel free? Do you have it? Do you feel it? You can come back when you're ready. For me, it was playing with Barbie dolls. I had the Barbie boat, I had the Barbie kitchen, some kind of kitchen thing that you could like bake things in and kind of bake things for real in. It was like this combo. But I remember the boat and I had the Corvette, the pink Corvette. And I could play underneath the peach tree in my backyard literally for hours, imagining, creating stories with my Barbies. Anybody were you able to call it up, Amberly?
My mom made like an arena out of the Eucalyptus in her backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to sit on there and draw the Ortegas.
Great. How'd you feel when you were doing it?
Free in oneness with that mountain, I remember. And then we had 2.5 acres and it was just field. And I loved the sound of music.
So did you play out the Sound of Music?
I would, so the whole do, re, mi, fa.
Yeah, do, re, mi.
I would make my own
Yeah.
songs, and I remember, so like the very first part of that movie, where
Free.
she's out like this.
So she's free, right? I think she could go on and on. She was free.
In the field like this.
Yes.
Just singing my own song.
Did you feel that? Can you recall that from your childhood? If you didn't, if you need more time, I'd encourage you to do it because it's the feeling sense behind it, right? When I remembered laying on the grass with my friends looking at clouds when I was preparing for this, I literally could lay out there all afternoon and look at clouds. And it's a feeling sense that I want us to try to remember, okay? So keep that in your database, right? Because that's what creates momentum. Remember how we talked about the flywheel a couple weeks ago? The flywheel concept is a mechanical concept where once it gets going, it takes very little new energy to keep it moving. And that's what we do here at CSL TV. By coming here, by going to classes, by doing contemplation and prayer work, we're adding to our flywheel all the time, our spiritual flywheel, and it has a motion within us in our life, a momentum. And this can add to that. If we just give ourselves 2 minutes a day to remember that feeling and maybe drift away in a daydream about it, it adds passion to your life. It's a feeling sense. And we forget when we get with the activities of life and being, I have to go to my job. And I honor all that. Work is important. Vocation is important. But let's remember to just kind of play a little bit and daydream. Because that's the momentum. We think we're stagnant. We are not. We are movement. We are motion. We're waves. We're energy. Lest anybody forget, all you have to do is this. And you can feel, do it if you want, you can feel the energy between your hands. It's crazy. That's all it takes. So, what are we focusing on? Okay? I love this quote from Dr. Ernest Holmes. We are surrounded by an intelligent law which receives the impress of our thought and acts upon it. This is the law of our life, and we can use it consciously for definite purposes. Dr. Ernest Holmes is the founder of Science of Mind. Can you go forward? Oh, one more. That's the flywheel. Dr. Ernest Holmes, he says it with love. See, he says love. Dr. Ernest Holmes. He is the founder of this philosophy, and it is true. We are swimming in an intelligent field of energy that we can use for definite purposes. And I want us to move into our complete freedom, using this philosophy, changing the way we believe to create the life we want, where we can all be paid for our passion, or infuse our purpose, our vocation with some passion and honor it for what it's doing in our lives. Do you know how lucky we are in this country? We have the opportunity to focus on consciousness, which is unbelievable. Most of the world doesn't have this opportunity to sit here and think about consciousness. They're like, what? Really. There are other pressing matters in the hierarchy of life that they need to put their attention on just to survive. If we have a good job, a good paying position, if it sources and supports us, and we have the ability to have some time for some consciousness work and contemplate and stare at clouds, that's enough. I think that's enough. And we can be in great gratitude for that, right? I think we're going to talk about how we get a little, around the axle about that we have to have some grand purpose in life, right? What is my purpose? Like the Billie Eilish song, right? What is my purpose? I don't seem to have a purpose. But I want you to look at this next slide. Do you remember this from Beth's talk? This alone is enough. It's enough. Find what brings you joy, do it a little bit, and that is enough. Because the next slide is cute too. The truth is, most of us discover where we are when we arrive. And this is really what so Calvin and Hobbes are flying down this hill, right? And they're saying the truth. Most of us discover where we are headed when we arrive. And note to self, our problem is that we equate purpose with goal-based achievement. Goal-based achievement means money, power, prestige, whatever it is, right? We tend to equate purpose with that. But I'm here to tell you, you're all on purpose right now, and you have been your whole life, and you will continue to be in perpetuity. Always on purpose. Each of us is on purpose right now. And if we can move into compassion and empathy as a higher state of being, what greater purpose is that? To be kind, to be loving, to be compassionate, to be empathetic for those that we don't understand. I get it. I don't understand lots of things. But if I can move myself into a place of compassion and empathy for myself, for not understanding, for myself when I'm judging McJudgerson and I'm judging someone, right? That's enough. That's enough, because I want us all to remember that we're already on purpose. We're already perfectly imperfect. And if we're taking care of the mother, if we're tying our father's shoe because he can't tie it anymore, if we're taking care of a little person, we've done enough. It's enough. And we can rejoice in that. I love it. I love my job. I love my vocation. But just being me is enough. And it's important for us to all remember that we were all enough. And we will continue to be. We're all on purpose. So remembering what we did as a child, which made the hours pass like minutes, supports us in remembering that we're already on purpose. I was on purpose then. She's on purpose now. This is from Patrick Haley in Nepal. This is a girl skipping rope on a bunch of, it looks kind of like trash. She's joyous. She's already on purpose. And remember the Howard Thurman quote from last week. Nate, can you put that up for me? We're really not we're not interested in what the world needs. What's important is asking what makes us come alive, and do it if we can. If not, infuse that into what we're already doing to make our aliveness more, right? To make our job more fulfilling, more alive. All of our day in its aliveness. Give it some, percolate on it. Be with that feeling of being a little kid for 15 minutes. Here's another one. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel differently on Friday than I do any other day of the week. Now, I'll have to say, Thursday afternoon is creeping in to Friday. It's interesting phenomenon, right? I feel different on Friday. I'm not really happy. Does anybody else feel different on Friday? Okay. Why can't we feel that way every day of the week? I'm endeavoring to have my Friday feeling every day of the week. I'm going to have it tomorrow. I'm making a commitment. I'm disciplined and I'm going to make a commitment. So I'm asking us, so here's the commitment, right? Percolate on this feeling. See if you can call it up. Bring it into your life every day, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Bring it into your awareness. Feel into it, because you'll make a habit out of it and it will start to expand. Just like Friday kind of is, morphing into Thursday and maybe now Wednesday for me. We can do that in our lives, and we can be in this place of consistent festival every day. Okay? Do we have a pinky promise? Okay, we're going to do it, right? And then we'll report back to each other and say, it's working. I'm focusing on that, and it's coming into my life. I love you, and so it is. Okay, Joanna, Mike, and Jim, come on up. Now, we're going to be they're singing, or going to be giving us the gift of song. I'd like to teach the world to sing. I think I might be dancing around in the back on this one. So please, welcome Joanna, Mike, and Jim. Around. Yay, yay, yay. All right, we are at the time of service for our offering and our blessing. So if I could have the ambassadors come up. Thank you, Susie, with their cutie patootie little baskets. I love the baskets. We have so many ways to give to the center. We have Venmo and PayPal and the baskets, and you can see Cecilia. You can donate online, all of that. So thank you so much. If you're fed here, if you really feel it and you're fed here and you're getting some good takeaways and it feels good, please donate, tithe. It's meaningful because it tells Spirit what you want more of in your life. When you're giving to the place where you are fed, I'm fed here. I'm an auto tither. Thank you all auto tithers for the consistency. When you say that to Spirit, when you tithe where you are fed, wherever it is, it gives you more and more and more. So thank you for that. What we do here is meaningful and it changes lives. And so I am so grateful. And so I'm going to put my auto tithe into the basket. I would ask that you take your tithe, whatever that may be, even if it's in your heart or your mind, and you just place that right there on your chest, over the heart space. And let's say our affirmation of abundance together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Thank you.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything that I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to call Mike Long up for our announcements. We are a fantastically thriving and active center, so prepare yourselves for all the goodies. So, announcements with Mike. Please help me welcome Mike.
Valley. We do have a lot of announcements today. Very active community. Beth Haas will be hosting a workshop on August 27th after Sunday service from 1 to 4 p.m. This workshop is called Soul Cards, The Path to Contentment. What does your soul want to discover? Come listen to the soul's whispers to find out. Next, we're headed to Storm Stadium later this summer, Friday, September 1st. So go see Cecilia in the office to buy your tickets now. This event includes a free drink and free parking. We are also headed back to Joshua Tree. We are going Thursday, October 5th to Saturday, October 7th. We will be stargazing with Craig Hurst Telescope, hiking, exploring, guided meditations, Tai Chi, and just plain old having fun. See the information and sign-up sheet on the activities table. We also have hotel information and per-person costs on the flyers on the activities table. We are also reserving spots for the Integratron. Woohoo! Next is the Gifts of Spirit group. We'll be meeting tomorrow evening at Practitioner Ann Woodward's home. Information on this fun and engaging group is available on our website. I would now like to call up Jill and Sandra to talk about the CSL TV Dance Club.
Woohoo! Here come our dancers.
Hi. Hello. We are the dance committee for CSL TV, and we've been going dancing, and we have some events coming up. It's super fun. We would love for any and all of you to join us.
And we're going to ISKCON San Diego tonight. So if anybody wants to come, it's at 1030 Grand Avenue in San Diego. It's the Hare Krishna Temple. And you don't have to dance if you don't want to. You can if you want to, but there's a message and there's a whole lot of food. It's vegetarian food. You're going to be well fed. And we would love to have you. And Jill and I are going to be carpooling today, this afternoon, about 3:30ish. And we would love to have you at Club 80s. Both of us are off the chain, so we would love to have you. And even if you just want to sit and watch us, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The Club Ladies event is a lot of fun. I actually got to go one time, and I don't even dance. I had fun dancing. So I highly recommend that. Next is the CSL TV Hiking Club is meeting Saturday, August 26th at 8 a.m. We are exploring the Mariana Preserve, Vernal Pool, and Loop Trail. This is a 3.3 mile loop trail, and it's an easy to moderate hiking trail. Remember to bring water and $4 for parking your vehicle. All information is on our website, and flyers are on the activities table. Next is the CSL TV Teen Group. It's back. We are kicking off our Teen Group experience on August 27th from 10 to noon with a fun pizza and snacks party. Ted Blake and Fernanda Laurenti are leading our teens. We will be having a fun experience for them 2 Sundays a month. This will include outings and fun to promote teen connection. Tell everyone you know. Next is the Wisdom Teaching with practitioner Julie Nims next Sunday, August 20th after service. Julie will be speaking on loving our bodies. Our body is the vessel we experience this life with. Let's learn more on loving our bodies as much as possible. This is a 45-minute offering after Sunday service in Suite B. Love offering for this gift goes directly to support us, CSL TV. And then one more announcement. The Diversity and Inclusion Committee is raising funds for our Peace Pole and Peace Garden. Items are for sale on the D&I table. They are also raffling a wind spinner for $1 per ticket. And I also heard there is ice cream in the social hall. After the service event.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. We've just got so much going on. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. So this is our time of service where we come together as a group and communally online. I hope you join us as well to pray. I don't know how many of us pray during the week. I pray quite a bit. I'm sure the practitioners pray quite a bit. But sometimes this might be the only time during the week that we actually, close our eyes and go within and contemplate and feel into ourselves. Remember the waves that we are. And when we feel into ourselves with that prayerful vibration, it moves out into the collective consciousness and it changes things. So just like it works for us on an individual level, it works for the world as well. And I wanted to mention that today I would really like for us to really deepen in and feel. I'm going to do some remembering and some prayer work for Lahaina on Maui. Okay? Many of our beloved fellow citizens are in deep trauma and heartache in Lahaina. And so I think it's important for us as a group to come together and feel into them and send that love right out into the collective consciousness where it will pour into them. Okay? I know you're on board for that. So let's just close the eyes or soften the gaze and take that deep breath into ourselves. Sometimes I put my hand on my heart space just to really remember that energetic that lives in that space for me. As we come together now in consciousness, I know God as that power, that presence, that vibrational energy that is love. Love infusing all things, all people, all personality, the all and the everything is love. In form or not yet visible. Love. Feeling itself. Being more of itself. I know that we are this love in form. We are this point on the wave to create ourselves. And it is love. It is the vibration of love. And so I know that we remember now the vibration that we are, that the world is. And just call forth that loving, energetic, and feel feel it into those affected by the Lahaina fires. All the plants and animals and humans and structures, all of it that have been affected. And we just pour our love into them. We send our love over the ocean, over the mountain, to the island, and bathe it in love. And we know that there is something greater being born from this experience, that even in the tragedy and the trauma, the banyan tree is standing. It's alive. And so the heart and the love of the people of Hawaii is alive also. And so we know that there is something greater, something moving and having its expression in this experience for all of those affected. And we hold for that. We know that. I know that for each of us in our lives this week, we hold and know and place our focus on the possibility of a Friday feeling every day of the week, that we can call in that passion that we experienced as little people, little persons on this planet, and remember what made the minutes and the hours go by with ease and with grace and with fun and with joy, that we can call that into our own life experience and feel it a little more and a little more every day. And that fuels us, it percolates us. And so I just know that we are good and very good. And if there are any spaces, any spots where there is trauma, there is experiences that are just not as pleasant as we would like them to be, I know that we can fuel those spaces with the passion, with that energetic vibration of love, and make it feel just a little bit more like Friday for us. And so I call this good and very good. I bless each and every one of us as we move forward into this week, knowing that we are vibrations in form, we are vibrations of love in being. And so I am grateful for this remembering. I'm grateful for each and every one of us. I place these words into the power and action of the law, for I know that God is a yes machine. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that. I felt that love vibration in this room. And I know that it is moving out over the mountains, over the ocean, and bathing all of Lahaina, all of Maui. So we're going to get going to ice cream, right? We're ready. We're going to scream for ice cream. So if we could stand and sing together our closing song, which is What the World Needs Now.
The only thing that there's just